Alright, welcome back everybody. So in this episode, I was in the Goblin Caves, and at the very end of the run, I came across a full suit of Cobalt armor. Everything leading up to that point is a pretty standard run, but I wasn't expecting to run into an entire set of Cobalt. Uh, at the time, I didn't exactly realize what I found, but it was a really solid set. So, all in all, super happy with that one. I may have some gameplay of me using that set, but this was towards the very end of the playtest. This was probably one of my last 10 matches, maybe last 5 or so. This guy must have lagged out or something, so Sergeant Pepe, free kill. Fortunately, he had nothing on him, so no big deal. But it's also the only unarmed kill I have. Not that it really counts, but I got it. And this is also my favorite spawn with a very fortunate circle. So coming up here, just a standard recurve bow. Nothing crazy. And I don't think I found anything else in this room that was super noteworthy. Based on my set of gear, this is from a different point in, this is from a good bit later from the previous video. And so I was still coming here trying to mine because I wanted a full set of Cobalt, Ruby, Silver, or whatever I could get. I'm also very surprised that he survived that. This goblin gave me a lot of trouble. But coming here to mine, I think next playtest I'm definitely going to attack mining a little bit sooner. And finding Ruby Silver was very fortunate, especially since I have all the extra time from the circle. So I think I wind up getting 3 Ruby Silver, and I don't know that I take much, if any, Cobalt with me. This part takes a minute. And I found out that you can look pretty far away, so you can still keep your eyes up while you're mining, and that's very fortunate. And the match hasn't been going on for too long, and we've already got 6 kills. So at this point, everybody can escape, which is really fortunate. Now I hear some noise behind me. I imagine he heard the pickaxe, the mining, so I'm probably about to get jumped by somebody. I hear his feet. There's a chance that it was just some goblins that I heard, not actually anything. But since I have some Ruby Silver, I'm not really trying to risk it. Already right here I get ambushed by the goblin. And I'm still not a very easy target by any means, but I'm not willing to risk it over the Ruby Silver. Ruby Silver is pretty hard to find. It's got a much lower spawn rate, and then you still need a lot of it to make anything. But Ruby Silver is a higher quality than Cobalt. So it's about this time I think I leave this area and probably fight a handful more goblins or undead or whatever I want to fight. I'm not actually positive what all my gear is. My health looks pretty low, but I would imagine my armor class is still pretty high. Probably a lot of blues and purples. I didn't have many legendary items. Still have never touched a unique item. This area here is pretty hot for PvP. So trying to down all these guys as fast as possible is good. I never want to have backhand problems if I run into another player. See, that riposte instantly got a kill. But earlier, whenever I riposted that first goblin, for whatever reason, he survived a couple of hits, which I thought was kind of funny. My riposte is putting out a lot of damage, and I definitely think that I'm getting better at it. So I'm getting very close to just maining longsword, except the ability to have 2 stat sticks for a shield and a sword seems like it's consistently better than just running the longsword. Plus, inherently, you lose a lot of armor rating, and that's just not terribly ideal. I like my armor rating. I like to be as close to a juggernaut as I could possibly get. The main problem that I usually run into is rogues and barbarians. And by having a lot of physical damage mitigation, it really makes those guys easier to handle. The rogue has damage over time in a few things, but it makes it a lot more possible for me to just trade hit points with him and just simply outlast him. So at this point, I still don't even know that there's a full suit of Cobalt in the dungeon. And that might be the same rogue I heard earlier. But, well, it wasn't a rogue, but he still escaped. So I'm counting 3 dead, 2 escaped, meaning there's only 2 or 3 people left. Which, I'm good on those odds. I like those. Maybe somebody took the secret escape portal. Never know. This guy turned out a lot of lights. Alright, here in a second is where it starts to get interesting. I'm not positive exactly how many people are left in the dungeon. Like I said, it's probably 2 or 3. So, I'm gonna go ahead and keep clearing these guys. I put down the first skeleton, and it's about at this point that the Cobalt guy shows up. So, I don't know if it's a popular opinion or not, but I'm not a big fan of the new, not having torches in your utility slots, however you want to call them. So, he got a crossbow bolt on me, didn't do a whole lot of damage. And I also didn't notice that he was wearing Cobalt gear. So, I just know that he's pretty geared, and he's lasted this many hits, so have I. So, it was just really lucky that I got that last hit and put him down. I was definitely doing good, but the second I saw all this Cobalt gear, I was incredibly excited. So excited, in fact, I didn't even notice that he had a tattered cloak on. If I would have seen that, I absolutely would have found a way to take it, but I did not. And so, I wanted all of his things, but I was also very nervous. I had most of it, and I didn't want to risk it. I have an out portal right here. I have most of the stuff, plus the ruby silver. So, of all things to do, I decide to risk my pants. Drop him on the ground, I grab that, and apparently I took his crossbow too. Still didn't even notice the cape, which I think is kind of funny. So here I am, desperately trying to make space so I can take my pants back. And I end up getting them and securing a full set of Cobalt. Super fortunate run. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time.